Now this is the Sam version of the bike. This is the brand new bike from the new movie. We're not going to review the whole thing because, of course, if you've seen the other reviews or if you've seen pictures of it or you already have it, then you know what the standard features are. I'm just going to clarify a couple of doubts regarding it, or maybe just one or two doubts. The bike in itself, besides looking incredible, has two, you might say three features in itself. One of them is the fact that it has a rotating engine right there in the bubble, which is activated by the front wheel. When you turn the little tire here, which by the way these are fully rubber, these are like very hard rubber, but they're really good rubber. They actually have a lot of good traction in them. When you go back and forth, you see the little engine goes, and you can see that of course from both ends of the bike. No problem there. A lot of people know that these have shown up in the trailers and also the game footage, where they have these air brakes that pop out. A lot of people know that, and the people that have done the reviews, they have commented on that. Very cool. Here's where the trouble lies. Again, we have the electronics on the Play Arts toys. They have the on, off, and try me settings. The bike, of course, comes in the try me setting, which is all the way to the front of the bike. It's to the right. And here's the activation button. Here's what you get. You get actually several lights and sounds when you hit the button in the try me setting, and this is pretty much what you get. It's pretty neat. You get light up here, here, and in the center, and that's pretty much all you're gonna get from the try me setting. As you can see, that's a different sound and different light up sequence, and that's a third one. So even though it's in a try me setting, you still get several try me examples, if you will. When you toggle it up to the on setting, you get that huge revving sound like it's powering on, and then you get this little light show that lasts for a little bit longer. Now here's where the doubts come in regarding the bike. The last reviews, actually the last review I watched, had some trouble with the motion sensor. Now I am still in limbo regarding this. I don't know what exactly activates it, because it's not the tire. I thought it was the rear tire, but it's not. It's actually a loose tire. You can just turn it and turn back and forth. And the front one takes care of the engine thing, but I don't think it does anything as far as motion sensor. I think it's more like a Wii or a PS3 motion controller, which is basically like something in there, like a little chip that's going to detect rough motions. That's why the other reviewer was actually banging on the toy. Lucky for him and for me and for us, these are actually quite sturdy. But we're not going to be banging on the toy to get our little feature. What I do know, and what I want to clarify about that last review, is that he wasn't aware that you can actually pull these guys out. And this is what I want to show you. This guy right here, they only have two jointed sections, which is shoulders and head. The head, you can turn it. Let's see, let's just do it this way. There you go. Left and right. You can look left and right. And when you take the hands out of the handlebars, you can actually go front and back. Not a lot of good as far as action features and playability, I guess, goes. But it's still good nonetheless. Why? Because you can actually take this little bad boy out of here. The big clue, although it doesn't say so in the box, is that you have this piece right here, which is part of the whole bike coming together and becoming one with the rider. This little piece right here on top of the disc that has a disc design, this has actually a little pivot point, and it's spring-loaded on the inside. Nothing too technical, it's just goes far enough to go like this. It's not a lot, mind you, and you really can't press on it. It doesn't go down, it just goes up. Not enough to just lift up and take the figure out, but it goes far enough, and I'll show you why in a minute. What you do is you take out the hands off the handlebars, you bring out the legs, the feet from the pegs or the little footrest, which by the way, everything here, even though it doesn't look like it, it looks like it's part of the hard plastic. These are all rubberized. You see? This is all rubber. This is all soft plastic, rubbery plastic. Not soft enough so it'll lose its shape. It's actually quite sturdy when it comes to soft plastics, but it's soft enough for you to actually slide everything out and, for you to be able to do this and not break it. Once the feet and the hands are off, you literally jank the figure out. The figure is not glued and it's not attached in any way to the bike. You just have to pull that out. If you want to be more delicate, you can probably just kind of like bring out the legs a little. And you see I got it hooked right here, right next to the air brake. And you can do the same thing here. And it just came off. You see? Very easy, very simple. This is very smooth right here. This is a figure, and not this is not the best flattering or the most flattering position for him, but it works nonetheless. Let's just put him like that. And this is the bike. Now, as you can see, there is a little lever in the back there. You cannot see it on this angle. Let's just put it like that. You can see that little guy giving you the finger right there. That right there, it's the same thing that the Kevin Flynn bike has on the inside. The little peg here that you push down to activate is the same thing here. Have it at off position or try me mode. This goes all the way back. It's like a little lever. See, this is supposed to catch him in the you-know-who and you-know-whats, and it gets pushed back. When you have it in the on position and you push it back, that's what revs it up. And why is this important? Well, it's important, and see there, the motion sensor activated. Here's what you can do with this. Sam Flynn, everybody. Meet Sam Flynn. This is the figurine that comes with the bike. This is the 3 3/4 light up figure with the little custom painted chest job. There you go. And light up feature. If you put Sam in the prone position, you would be amazed of how easy it is to just slide him into place. All you gotta do is, when you get to this point, you pull this thing to the back a little. You cannot see it because of my thumb, but if you pull this back and you slide him in there, this will rest on top of the disc the way it's supposed to be. And there you go. Now, it's all a matter of getting the feet into the pegs like that. See how easy that is? It just goes in there like it belongs in there. And you get the other one there. There you go. Now it's just a matter of putting the hand where it goes, which is right there. Same thing here on the one in the back, and there you go. It's a perfect fit. It is beautiful the way this thing just goes in there the way it's supposed to go. Now, this is always going to be pushing down on the button. Now, remember that these buttons are like a one push thing. If you keep pressing them, they will not stay lit up. See, it's off right now. If you want to light it up, all you got to do is pull back on it a little, let it go, and it lights up. With time, this thing will go off again. If you want to light it up, you can't push on it. See, I can't. You have to pull it back and let it go. And now when you do that, and you put your bike into the on setting, or let's just put it in the try me mode. Let's just light this sucker up and hit the try me button. Look how nice that looks. Here's another extra bonus. You can put your figures here, but you can also do this. Every 3 3/4 figure that you can get from the Tron line is ball jointed at the neck. So we're just gonna yank this sucker out. You pull it out like a G.I. Joe head. Say goodbye to Sam right now. Let's bring back the figurine, and this little sucker right here, it comes off. Very simple, very easy. This is very, it's kind of sturdy, but it's not that sturdy. This is really flexible plastic. It's sorry for that. It's only 3 pieces of plastic because the body, the legs, the body, and the little head joint, everything is one big piece. This is very flexible. This one right here, the head, it's also kind of flexible, which makes it a hell of a lot easier than the original head to just put in there. So now you can have a light up Sam Flynn with a bike helmet riding his Tron bike. Where's the button? There we go. Hours of fun, really cool to look at. Amazing job on the bike in itself, and the fact that you can actually switch these guys right here, it's really cool. So just clarifying that. If I actually get a hold of what activates the motion sensor other than just literally banging on it or just running it around, I'll just put up a little post-op video. So far, when I turn it on, there you go, and it revs up like that. I've actually found that literally just by rolling it, it activates it. It doesn't work all the time. For some reason, I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be. I'm sure you're not supposed to bang on it. I mean, I'm sure that if you just roll it around, it works. But as you can see, it takes a little bit of rolling before it actually activates. It's not instantaneous. I just don't push it forward and it goes off. You have to really there you go. So that's the way mine is working. I don't know if I actually saw, again, the other video I saw, the only review I could find for these bikes right here on YouTube, and the guy was going crazy with it. I mean, it's a really good review, really well done, but he was just banging on this sucker right here. And to his credit, this thing wouldn't even look at him. I mean, it wouldn't light up, it wouldn't do sounds. He would put it down and talk about it, and the thing would just come on. So I don't know if it was his or everything is like that, and I guess, it just got lucky. Point is that mine works perfectly fine. It just goes back and forth, and it works perfectly. So post any comments. This is the first video I make. It's just a little heads up with the figures and anything else. Any doubts you might have, just let me know. Again, another little extra, if you're gonna be painting these little guys, if you're into customizing your figures, oh, by the way, as far as pulling this guy out, again, remember to unlock him, because this actually locks up a little with the disc in his bag. There you go, you pull that up, and I'm just gonna gently, oh wait, the feet are locked. See, I was ready for my first set of bloopers. There you go. See, it's already kind of loose. You pull this up, and he comes out. If you're gonna paint these guys, use acrylics, not your average acrylics. Try to use either Testors or Tamiya, which are good for plastic. Is the type of paint you would use if you're customizing figures or vehicles. And as you can see, they look really, really cool with the paint job, because now it looks like it's completely lit up even when it's not, and then when you light it up, it doesn't change anything. I mean, it just lights up beautifully. And the same goes for every other figure in the line. I did it with him and with Clue, and Clue looks really cool. Let me see if I can get him for you. Here we have Clue, and as you can see, he's missing his dark lines in the front because I painted them yellow. A nice bright yellow, there you go. And none of the detail is lost. It's just the focus, there you go. The figure looks really nice, really in tone with what it's supposed to be, and the light up feature, it works perfectly fine. It doesn't darken up or anything. This is the way it originally looked, except when it lights off now, which is there, you don't lose the whole sense of the figure with the whole dark spot thing going on in the chest. That's pretty much it. These are my bikes. Where are yours? Go get them. They're awesome.